Alright, boom. Alright, YouTube, check this out. Now, I was just watching FreshandFit podcast, a recent one they just did, and I was watching it, and it was just so crazy to me how politically correct and all this other shit was going on. That, you know, I just gotta, like, I feel like I had to vent. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew this was gonna be a good one, so I felt like I had to get some content out of this one. Hold on, let me make sure my face is. You know what I'm saying? I had to get some content out of this one. So, with that being said, we can get ready to play the video. It's just crazy how, like, oh my god. All right, I'm gonna go back a little bit. Now, the question was, do women need a whole phase before a serious relationship? Why would I don't like me like? Why would you need to be a hoe before you can get a like? Why? Like, why though?
Before she could take a man
Oh wait, I gotta switch to what's the name. It's just crazy how this particular woman responded.
That's a really good question. Let's go around the table on that one. We'll start right here. So they want to know, in a nutshell, do women need a whole phase to really love their man the way how they should? And we'll start right here.
Okay.
In your opinion.
I feel like yes. I mean, I'm like,
why?
If
like, what's the reason?
Gone through a whole phase, it's gonna go through with me. So I'd rather you love it.
No, it's for women. It's for women. Do you think you need a whole phase to really love your man?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel.
Well, I feel like she's using that phrase. You know, like, oh, she not a hoe, but she a hoe in the bed. Like, no, you know what a hoe is? Like multiple niggas. Like multiple niggas. It's not like, oh, you gonna be a hoe with me? No, my nigga. Hoe me like multitude, nigga.
Like, yeah.
Okay. So okay. All right. What about No. Okay.
I don't want to say that you need a hoe phase. I would prefer to say you need a single phase because what you do. But be for real.
She said, "Be for real, sweetheart." She don't want to call women hoes, but it's like if a girl is a hoe, she's a hoe. Like, and it's because it's a negative connotation on that. But like, if she's a hoe, bro. Like, why we gotta lie? Why you lying?
Because you can be single and that doesn't mean you're out here acting crazy, you know, sleeping around with people. You need alone time, like you need time
Stop
to
the cap.
All right.
But okay, would it be fair to say? Okay, I get what you're saying. Like, not necessarily sex, right? You can be single and love life. Wouldn't it be fair enough to say that participating in whole life behavior, maybe dressing a certain way, going to certain situations, putting yourself in certain situations, etc., would be considered still conducting whole phase activities? Or are you stopping the line at, oh, well, I didn't fuck, so it doesn't count?
One, I don't really call women hoes, period. Right?
Well, some are,
really
so
part of my thing.
no matter. Some are.
You can dress
Stop
how
it.
you want. That's not gonna fit in a hoe phase for me. Because
So you can't dress. So now she's saying you can't dress like a hoe. So you can't dress like an escort now. Like, come on, bro. Stop it. Stop.
Okay.
your clothes don't define that for me.
Okay.
When you're single, I don't really think you can be a hoe because you're not committed.
Yo. She said you can't be a hoe because you're not committed to someone. Does she know what a hoe is? A relationship don't got nothing to do with it. If you're fucking multiple niggas at the same time, you are a hoe. It's a hoe. Like, if you embrace it, if you're gonna be that, don't be like, oh no, that's you. Like, come on, bro.
Committed to anybody, and you can do as you please.
Somebody in the chat said, fellas, take notes. They calling it the single phase.
With no commitments, so you're not really doing any wrong, right? Because you can be sexually liberal, that doesn't make you a bad person. So I'm just not a fan of the word hoe.
Nobody said bad person. You're a hoe. A hoe is a hoe. Like, what is she talking about?
Period. You see what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying 100%.
Hoe has a connotation to it. I like the word single because that's what the actual state of that person's relationship
However,
status.
You know, it's funny though. If one of her friends was hanging around with a different nigga every night, fucking different niggas every night, she gonna call her hoe, but she not gonna say it to her face. She gonna say it behind her back. Stop it. Stop it. Let them get in an argument. Stop it. It's coming out.
perception is reality. So if I see a girl with multiple dudes, what am I gonna think?
Well,
Does she have
what,
friends?
what are you gonna think?
She has friends.
It's obvious
Stop.
that she might be a hoe.
But that's obvious to who? You?
The whole world. Remember, it's perception. If I see with multiple guys and
Well,
you're not,
I do have a question now because if
Mhm.
it's perception, then how do you speak for everybody else in the world if you're only looking through your own eyes?
Right.
Why is she playing dumb? Like, bro, any one of y'all, if y'all see a girl with a random nigga every day, what do you think? Why she playing like we don't put two and two together? Like, come on, bro. Stop. Why is she playing this game, yo?
well, just so you know, our show has guys all over the world,
Mhm.
and we talk to women every single night.
Right.
So anybody with, I want to say open eye will be like, okay, why is she with different guys every night? It's saying to us,
It's
it's
like,
like,
it's
okay,
like common sense.
she's single, but this is leaning towards whole virus. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, simply put, the question is, do you think a woman needs to go through a hoe phase to be able to love her man or get in a serious relationship? So your answer is
No.
they do not.
No.
Okay. But you're using the term hoe as in like she's actually actively having sex.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
Like, do I think you need a single phase? Yes. Do I
Okay.
think you need a quote unquote hoe phase where you're
Quote,
sitting
unquote.
around dealing with other men to reach that state where you can be in a relationship? No, because
Okay.
not everybody operates.
So you don't
like
believe
that.
you actually
So
have
no.
to have
So no.
sexual intercourse.
Right.
On this, and we could have a deeper discussion on this later on in the show, but me and Fresh pretty much, and I would say most guys, the general consensus would be if you participate in activities
Yo,
that
yo.
would be considered hoe activities, guys are still going to put you in that same box
Come on,
regardless
bro.
of whether you're
Stop.
actually having sex with the men or not.
Stop.
Which unfortunately, perception is reality. So if it look, what do they say? If it sounds like a duck, looks like a duck,
It's a
etc.,
duck.
probably is a duck. Well, if you're doing certain activities, guys are going to assume
Off
that
the
you
rip.
partake in certain set
Off
activities.
the rip.
And, I mean, it might be unfair because, oh my God, we're writing her off as a hoe, even though she might not necessarily be having sexual intercourse. But guys are going to have a certain
It's what it look like.
point of contention with that. is
So
what
it's
I'm
like-
gonna say.
Yeah.
So
And they won't tell you. They'll just like
Yeah, they just won't,
accordingly,
yeah.
and keep
Right,
you
right,
as like.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
But yeah, we'll probably touch on that. So
We'll come back.
you're saying no. All right, cool. What about you?
it's today go.
Do they need to go through a whole phase to be able to be taken seriously, or take a guy seriously?
I would say no.
Okay. Fair enough.
No, I just base it off my parents' marriage. A great example. They actually said they should come on the show. 30+ years.
Oh shit, really?
Let's do
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
And my mother had only been with my father.
Oh.
So
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Tight pussy girl.
Well, there's a lot of
Unicorn.
there's data out there that shows
Not me.
there's some data out there that actually shows that women
Might be right.
with lower sexual partners have a higher likelihood of staying married and not getting divorced, whereas like women that have higher sexual partners actually have a way higher likelihood of getting divorced. So interesting stuff.
What about you?
Well, I feel like when
Merch.
Oh, okay.
I know.
Nice. All right.
I know,
Nice.
I know,
Good
I
talk.
know that when you know the right person, you know when the right person is the right person. So I feel like
Merch.
Got her
Oh,
ass.
This
why
is
not
just like
say it?
playing a
We have
t-shirt.
a T-shirt that says "I feel like,"
Yeah.
so it's great advertising. Go ahead, continue.
Well, you ain't finna hear me say that no more. Say less.
Let's see.
But
She gonna
when
she gonna say it again.
think about what the hell I'm saying, but
She gonna say it again.
when
I feel like.
you don't have to
Just
have
say it.
you don't have
Speak
to
your
have a
mind,
whole
babe.
thing.
Speak your mind.
No paid no advertising around here. It's paid only. All right. But when you're with somebody, you know when they're the right person at the end of the day. But to know that they're the right
What?
person, you have to know what you like. You have to know yourself. You have to really see yourself from that perspective. So you know how you should be loved. You should know how someone else is able to love you. You can't accept no half love. If you know how you like it cooked, that's how I want my plate served.
Ooh,
Ain't nothing
yes,
less.
I like that.
Right.
That's good.
So I'm assuming yes.
No.
So no.
No.
So
See,
how would you
this
know
is
what you like if you've never been through anything?
same thing as a guy. I mean, you don't have to experience a whole phase to know that this is what you like. You just experience life.
You don't
That's
have to
what's
be
living
gay to
life.
know you don't want a penis in your mouth.
What?
Yeah, she is right.
She right.
Kind of right, though.
She right.
Use the right word. Right.
Now that's facts. She right.
I do think you need a whole phase because I was in a 5-year relationship with one person, 6-year relationship with one person. And then when I got out of that, I went through my whole phase.
Oh shit.
And then that's when I figured out like what I want, what I don't want. And then I
So
got out of
Asian,
that.
black.
So when you say hoe phase, are you using our definition of just doing
ho.
hoe activities of like going to clubs, etc.?
Nah, gang. She was doing it all, gang.
Actual intercourse here.
Like actually having sex with
okay.
like
All right.
multiple guys.
All right, fair enough. Cool.
I don't one time.
Shit, I wish. I'm still
Okay.
looking for the threesome.
She ready. All right.
Oh.
They call me.
She ready for that.
You ready?
Show of Texas.
Fair
BBC,
enough.
we out here, man.
All right.
I like it.
Okay. So
Neat.
you think it is neat? Okay, it is neat. All right. What about you?
She is keeping it a
I
stat.
think that it's not needed, but I think sometimes it's healthy for certain individuals to
Healthy.
piggyback off of them. Like some people need to go through that in order to know that that's not what they want. If that makes sense, it's not for everybody. It is for certain people, but I do feel like it's healthy in certain people's lives to go through a host phase. It's not for everyone.
Healthy.
It's
Now,
a
we're talking specifically
She
about
said-
women. You think-
She said healthy.
I
Yo.
can't. No, not for everyone.
Healthy.
With women in themselves, like it's not for every woman, but some
It's
women
not
do
for
need
no
it
they
in order
don't.
to differentiate. Like this is not what I want in the future. This is not what I want now.
Would you say it's detrimental to most, or would you say
I feel like it's detrimental to most only because of societal views, though.
Do they know what a hoe is? She said like it's healthy for her to be fucking multiple niggas at the same time. That's a hoe. How is that healthy?
Like if society, oh, you're right. My bad. I know that society's viewpoints on women are mostly negative. So the fact that some of these women need to go through this phase and they're still, I mean, regardless of the fact, to me, men are gonna think that certain women are just hoes. At the end of the day, everyone's viewpoint of what whole activity is completely different.
No, it's not.
But I do think because
No,
of
it's not.
society and how they have negative viewpoints on women in general, it's detrimental to women, even if it's something that they need, something that's healthy for
That's
them. to
not.
go
That's
through.
not healthy. What is she
I would
talking about?
argue that
What is she talking
yeah,
about?
society does slut shame women, but I would argue it's mostly women that slut shame each other, not men.
Facts.
For sure, but I feel like
Facts.
If a man slut shames,
Definitely agree with
if a
that
man
one.
slut shames a woman, he's gonna get canceled. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think it's women that
it
slut shame the
depends on
most.
the man, right?
I'll spin it back to you. I know you want to say something. Finish your point, and then I'll throw it to her.
Oh, I mean, I feel like Jesus, you know, I should just buy the merch at this point. Right.
Go ahead, please.
I just wanted to say that I know and I think that the reason why a lot of women also unconsciously, I feel like sometimes unconsciously, look at women or slut shame women is because of the pressure that society they're already trying to assimilate to whatever's going on in the world. They're trying to fit in. So if they're used to seeing men slut shame a woman, they're going to be the first person to do it. So they're also not slut shamed. Or on top of that, in order to not be targeted, in my opinion, that's
Okay.
some people.
I respectfully disagree. I think the reason why women slut shame is because women know intrinsically that their past matters a lot to their
Very much
market
so.
value for marriage.
Very much so.
So the best way a woman can put you down is by calling you a slut. Think about it.
Right.
When girls are hating on each other, what's the number
The
one insult
first
they
one,
say?
hoe,
Oh, that
hoe ass bitch,
slut, that was
hoe ass
money.
bitch.
Right.
Sucker.
Yeah,
you're
so
right.
that's the number. Exactly.
That's what I said earlier.
First thing women do.
So she over there in the blonde hair talking about I don't really call them hoes. Let you get an argument with any female. Hey, bitch, you a hoe. All that. Come on, bro. Who we fooling? Who are we fooling?
When they insult other women, is they immediately attack her for her sexual past or indiscrimination, which is
Right.
kind of funny because that woman will sit there and say, "Hey, be liberal, do you, girl?" But if
Right.
she doesn't like her, she's gonna use that against her.
Yeah.
and say,
On
"You're a
God.
fucking hoe."
On
I
God.
agree.
I think it's women that actually slut shame each other the most because Okay, I know this is going to be a little bit controversial, but men can't really speak their minds when it comes to female sexuality.
I agree.
Like that's why this podcast is very popular, because we kind of say what men think, but they would never ever say in public because they would get canceled.
Right.
So it's really women that say these things, because a woman could really get away with saying anything, as far as like she's not going to be held to the same standard if she says something controversial than as a man, because a woman can go ahead and repress another woman's sexuality and say, "Bitch, you a hoe." Right. But if a dude says, "Yo, you're a fucking hoe," there's probably gonna be some backlash for that. For sure. So, did you have something? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of to piggyback off of what she was saying. I feel like
merch. I don't gotta say.
When women, right? I already caught myself, but those two ain't.
But
With the chat, just say, "Bruh, most regular guys can't get canceled. What the fuck? He gonna get canceled by the girl, my brother." I just got something that they can't handle the truth. Let me see what the chat's saying. From the street she came to the street, she shall emerge. How is it healthy for you your wall to be hollow knocked down? He said, "How is it healthy for your walls to be hollow knocked down like steak dig out the window?" Bruh. Nah. Woman who uses 10,000 other words just to not call a hoe. Yeah, sexually liberated. Like, come on, bro, stop it.
Honestly, I don't know who y'all hanging around with. I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, that slut over there." Da da da. I'm gonna be like, okay, she has her own. I'm gonna be like, she has her own thing going on.
She lying.
Might not be my lifestyle.
She lying.
I respect what she got going on.
No jump. She said it in her head, like, bro, how do you be lying?
So you're part of like the 15% of women that do that.
Oh yeah, all right, mom. Yeah. She might not be lying. She might be like the exception, bro. But like, stop though. If you walk in the air in a room and you see a bitch twerking on mad niggas, she twerking on mad niggas. She driving a boat on mad niggas. In your head, you can be like, "Oh, she got her own thing going on." Stop lying. You lying. In your head, you first of all, you looking at her like this, like, bro. In your head, you like, "Oh, this bitch is a charish." Come on.
So I said I can't relate to what they got going on.
Well, if you don't have an issue with her, yeah, you won't say nothing. But what I'm saying is, like, let's say
they argue.
She gives you a dirty look at the club, but she's for the streets.
Right.
Let's be honest. You're like, "That bitch a dirty slut."
That bitch you a hoe.
You tell everybody in the section, all the dudes, "Don't fuck with her, she a hoe."
That's lame stuff. I wouldn't do nothing like that.
Bro, y'all say that?
I might think it.
We don't be sabotaging.
If he fucked your man, what you gonna do?
Okay, see, that's what she did at home.
You jumping bridges.
Right. That's
Maybe
one.
my man did want to fuck her, so I can't be mad.
Come
at
on,
her.
bro.
Right. Because women always get mad at the woman when you get.
Stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
I'm gonna be mad at both of them. I don't care. You trying to give only one blame to one person.
If she don't owe you no loyalty.
She kept it real over there.
No loyalty, and that's where women get messed up. Consequences. You want to mess with somebody? No. You don't think I'm gonna jump you?
But half the time they don't even know that they got a man. See, look, you can't blame them. That's different.
One mic. Did you finish your point?
Right, but I was also
The girl on the far, she got a point. She don't owe you no loyalty, but majority of them, they gonna fight the bitch. Like, they don't care. Like, they don't care.
gonna say, when I see a woman, like, I feel like, since we're women, we kind of relate to each other on that aspect. Same thing if I see a black person, I'm gonna be like, "Yo, my N-word, what's up?" But like, if a white guy sees it, like, they're not gonna be like, "Oh, yo," because they can't relate.
Yeah.
I feel like women can only relate to our struggles. We can really, on that level, we're able to relate to each other. But I feel like at the same time, men can't.
But this is assuming there's peace between them. I'm simply saying that when there's confrontation between women, the first attack is
Whole slut, all them words coming out.
past, followed by her looks, followed by whatever else. But those are typically the two main attacking points when women insult each other. Whereas, like, with men, it's not you gonna be like, "Motherfucker, you a hoe." No, you're gonna attack them for what men bring to the table. You a fucking bum.
But men aren't ashamed for being hoes,
etc. So women.
A man cannot be a hoe. Like, I don't get this topic, bro. Because, like, if you call a woman a slut, right? Who made them a slut? Who? So when a woman says, like, "Oh yeah, that nigga a hoe," or "that nigga a slut," how is a man a slut if he makes the woman a slut. They're the slut makers. So how are they sluts? It's not that them are two different things, bro. Like, come on, bro. It's like logic though. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Women attack each other. Women typically tend to attack each other on each other's past. Men tend to attack each other on their future,
Yeah.
or inability to create one. So that's what I've come to realize. So like the slut shaming, most of it comes from women in society because men can't speak up about these things. What about you? Do you think a girl needs to go through a slut phase to be able to love a guy or get in a serious relationship?
They talked about Jesus. You need to have some experience in order for you to know what you want, and in order for you to know what you want, you need to have some experience. So
experience.
Yeah, I'm definitely for women going through a quote unquote hoe phase. Now, for me, a hoe phase doesn't necessarily mean just having sexual intercourse with random people. It's just having entanglements with people, talking to people on different aspects,
Entanglements.
different levels. You know, for
No,
real,
you
that's
don't.
all it is. You gotta
No,
know,
you
you gotta
don't.
get to know people to know what you want or whatever.
No,
You can't
you
just think you're
don't.
gonna meet somebody in middle school and think this is the person you're gonna be with, because through time people change and feelings change too. So
All right, and then even if they don't make it out to middle school, high school, she meets somebody new. That's cool. But they're saying hoe phase. Hoe phase means you're fucking with multiple niggas at one time. You don't need that. They talking about experience. You don't need that. You don't need none of that. So stop. Stop. That nigga MJ say stop. Stop it. Get some help. Like, come on, bro. What are we doing here?
don't quote Drake on that.
Okay, so you think similar to her idea is that they need to go through the phase of talking to men, being courted with them, but not actually having sex.
Yeah,
So
I
go
mean,
almost all
Oh,
the
that's
way
cool.
to
no,
tease
not
them.
even that.
That's
Not
cool.
even cock teasing. If it get there. Like she said, if you know what you like. So if you in a setting and sex is what you feeling and he feeling it too, then go ahead and go for it or whatever. Don't let society be your conscience. Don't be like, oh well, if I have sex with him,
But
they're
the
gonna
question
say I'm a
is,
slut.
do you think that will hurt her ability to build a long-term relationship? That's the question.
No, I don't think so.
You don't
at
think
all.
so? Okay.
She's saying if you fall
Yo.
with it, it just happens.
Yo, she's lost.
It's a banana.
So I mean, normally when it comes to this, I normally have a super unpopular opinion about this, but yes, absolutely, I do think that women need to be able to go through that phase. I mean, when it comes to sex, I mean, let's be 100% honest here. Like, sometimes women are in relationships for a long time and the sex is not great. So how would you know what you need in that aspect of your relationship if you haven't done it yet? It's also important.
I mean, then she leaves and meets someone new. They're saying hoe. Like, you know what a hoe is? You know what a hoe is? Like a hoe. We talking about she got niggas lined up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Like, hoe. Like, I'm not talking about nigga like providing and then you leave him and go find somebody else. That's not a hoe. You know what I'm saying? We talk multiple on, like, you with them. Come on, bro.
Important. A lot of people don't want to think it's important, but that is important in a relationship on a man and a female side. I don't care what people say, but
That's what I'm all for, masturbation.
and not only that, I mean,
Nigga said that's why your husband. What'd he say? He said that's why your husband ain't put a ring on it in 6 years.
yeah, you also need to know what you want out of a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you want a man to treat you? That's why you go through a talking phase. It doesn't work, and then you just move forward, whatever the case may be. But yes, you need to know. I mean, even if you were in a relationship for a year and then you break up, have some time to yourself to figure it out. You know.
First, what's your take on this?
Honestly speaking, man, at some point, if a woman has never had the option to experience men, she doesn't know what's out there per se, and it could be good and bad because let's say she doesn't have the opportunity, she finds a guy that thought she worth it. She may not know that he's actually a great guy for her, and she may say, you know what? Well, grass might be green on the other side. Let me go see what's out there. Versus if she had the experience, she may say, okay, you know what? I know what I want now. Now, is it a good thing? Maybe not, because if you do these activities, you might be seen as a hoe to some people. But let's say you never had that experience and you find one guy, you may not also as well know if he's the right guy for you. So it's a double-edged sword here between having that experience or not. I would just say personally, from what I've seen, the ones that have had less experience
Spit it out.
men
Spit it out.
tend to stay longer with their partner versus the ones that haven't. So
All right, I'm gonna end this one off right here. Yo, bro, like, it's just like, my nigga. So my take on it is like this, bro. It's like this, dog. If because they're saying like she's with a nigga, he not providing everything he need to provide in certain areas. It's like, okay, when she leave a nigga, go find a new one. But they're saying Hoe Phase. Like a Hoe Phase is like multiple niggas. Like she ran through. She's getting run through. She's a runner. Like a runner. It don't gotta be all that. She can just go find another nigga one at a time. You know what I'm saying? But they don't need like to think that you have to be like ran through in order to get experience. Like, no, you can go one by one though, and that's not like I don't look at that as a hoe. But when they say Hoe Phase, we're talking like multiple niggas. You know what a hoe is. Like, we can't play the dumb game. You feel what I'm saying? But that's pretty much my take on it. I'm gonna end this one off right here. It's like 25 minutes. I'm gonna do like a part 2, part 3 if I watch, because there was a lot of delusion going on in here. So I'm gonna react. I'm gonna have like 4 parts to this one though. Let me slide this right here. Alright, that's the end of this video right here. I'm gonna see y'all on the next one. I'm gonna have another one posted right behind this one. Peace.